Graduates, deans, professors, and honored guests, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Faculty of Engineering at Lund University. My name is Hannah, and I will be your Master of Ceremony today. The graduates have made some astonishing accomplishments during their time at LTH, and that is what's brought us here today. Some of the people that have followed you during these years are here to congratulate you and wish you the best of luck in the future. The first one to congratulate you is the Dean of LTH, Victor Öval. Welcome up.
Dear graduates, families, friends, students, colleagues, what a wonderful day. But I guess I'm not supposed to be political in the graduation speech, but at this moment in time I've decided to be so anyway, because I feel a need to comment on the danger I see threatening the foundations of our society. Last week the European Union held elections, and the outcome makes me considerably worried. We see a Europe that is becoming more closed. We are building fences and walls instead of bridges and squares. For a university, this is deeply problematic. Knowledge, education, and research see no borders. They are inherently global. I will use the words of the Mayor of Palermo, Leoluca Orlando, who wants his city, Palermo, to be known not only as the capital of the mafia, but for its welcoming approach towards migrants, making it a capital of rights, welcoming, tolerance, and culture. Those words also stand for what I want LTH to represent: a tolerant and welcoming place. But maybe even more about the election results, I'm worried about how the debate has been held. Facts are abused and ignored. We see it in a tweeting president in the US, and populism spreading throughout Europe. With Brexit, democracy on the run, with obvious examples in Poland and Hungary. But we also see it emerging right here in Sweden. Deeply troubling times, if you ask me. We are in the days of alternative facts, fake news, and the hard-to-believe information flow we get through social media and dedicated news channels. We get targeted news that is supposed to fit what we already believe. The latest tweets gets more attention than scientific knowledge. In many places in the world, we see the free press and independent universities being threatened. We have the responsibility to honor facts and reasoning. Let's take it. The university has three central tasks that guide us: education, research, and collaboration with society. And the greatest of these three is education. Or in the words of the former rector of Twente University in the Netherlands put it, a university without research is a bad university. A university without students is no university. This becomes especially obvious on a day like this, your graduation ceremony. You are, sorry for use the somewhat disrespectful respectful epithet, our finest product. Therefore, I feel privileged and honored to stand in front of you on this great day of your graduation ceremony. It is with great pleasure we release another batch of students into the real world, a world I apparently never entered. We are confident that you all will make great contributions to society, though it is a staggering thought that your working life will probably last until 2070 and beyond. However, today it is interesting, confusing, scary times. Depending, I guess, on your nature, everything is in the eye of the beholder. We see climate change, political instability, war, urbanization on a big scale, and we see big technology shifts. Digitalization with artificial intelligence and machine learning, autonomous driving, 3D printing, electrification, and so on and so forth. This is what you are facing when you leave university. But there is hope. We have you, graduates from LTH. You are needed more than ever. And LTH has a vision. Together we explore and create to the benefit of the world. As an engineering school, we see that our actions should lead to a better world. I am sure that your competences will be needed in the future even more than they are today. Technology, architecture, and design is not part of the problem facing society. It's an integrated part of the solution, whatever it is: climate change, energy, water, waste, famine, communication, city planning, migration, and I could go on. I hear companies constantly screaming for you that we should educate more. So you are needed and you are wanted. And whatever your choice is, wherever you will end up, I'm sure you will do fine, and that we as an institution and I will be proud of you. You are representing the core of the university, our future, our students. However, with this also comes responsibilities. At the university, you have been taught to honor facts, figures, logic, but also to question. Don't believe something just because a professor says so. I guess you need to listen to me for a few more moments, at least if you want your diplomas. But you need not agree with what I say. That is perfectly fine. But have an open and a critical mindset. Do not trust what you are told right away. Always questions and always use your brains. As Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of the Roman Empire, today probably best known as a figure in the movie Gladiator, he wrote, "Do you have reason? Why then do you not use it?" Sweden has a long tradition in innovation with examples from Lund's Tetra Pak, the artificial kidney, diagnostic ultrasound, and Bluetooth. But more recently, we have had students' innovations popping up. And two examples are the airbag helmet Hövding and the space shower from Orbital System, both coming out of student projects at LTH. So why are you not the next one? You can make a difference. However, inventions can often be a double-edged sword. How do we know what we come up with, how that will be used? There is usually two sides to everything. How should we access the dangers of new technologies? Because things are not just black and white. So I usually illustrate this with an invention that can have drastic effects on our environment. To prevent knocking in combustion engine, lead was added to gasoline in the 1920s. It was still around when I was young. All gasoline was leaded. It was advertised under the name ethyl instead of tetraethyl lead. Why? Because everybody knew lead was poisonous. And actually, the inventor, Thomas Midgley Jr., had to take vacation due to lead poisoning. Today, leaded fuel is more or less gone, but it has taken a really long time, way too long time. Thomas Midgley is an interesting character. He had a strange knack for coming up with great contributions to society. Another one was freon, to be used in refrigerators and spray cans, with serious effects on our atmosphere and our environment. Now banned also for most purposes. Sweden now has a crisis in housing. There is not enough housing for large groups in society. Students, especially true here in Lund, young couples, immigrants, and so on and so forth. So we need to build, and we build a lot. But let us not make the same mistakes that we did in the 60s and 70s with miljonprogrammet. We need to build places where people want to live and where they can have a good life. So architects and urban designers, you have a huge role to play. And therefore we have introduced more urban design aspects in our architecture program. Because you have the responsibility to help building cities that we love. As we love Paris, New York, Rome, Tokyo, whatever city you like. So in a short while I'll be handing out your diplomas, which feels fantastic. To stand here and hand out the diplomas. Each year I probably sign around 1,500 diplomas. Stand here. It's warm, especially in this one. Why is that fantastic? Because, as I said before, you, our graduates, are our main contribution to society. And I hope you go out and fulfill the vision of Lund University to understand, explain, and improve our world and human conditions. You are the future. You have now completed your studies, and I'm sure it has been a lot of hard work, stress, anxiety. I've been there, done that, even if a long time ago. However, now you will enter another phase of your life. I'm sure that for many of you, the correlation of what you thought you would do when you enter the doors of the university, what you have become today and what you will be working with in the future, the correlation is maybe rather weak. How many of you had a clear sense what you wanted to do back then, some years ago? See that not as a problem, see it as an opportunity. How could I, as a young student in the early 80s, coming to Lund University, ever believe that I could stand here in the big hall of the university to hand out your diplomas as a dean? No way. So life takes unexpected twists and turns. Grab the opportunities when they come. You got a great education from LTH that will be a good foundation. So when you see an opportunity, a problem waiting to be solved, ask yourself, if not I, who? If not now, when? Or in the words of a great American president, there have been some, President Theodore Roosevelt, who among other things created a national park system in the United States. Do what you can with what you have where you are. So I truly hope you will look back at your time as a student with good memories, and that you will act as good ambassador for your alma mater. Go out, good luck, and go out and change the world for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. As a proof of their achievements, the graduates now will be handed their diplomas. And we're going to start the ceremony with civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk fysik. Civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk fysik, Hampus Möller. Civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk matematik, Arvin Sorabi Nejad. Civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk nanovetenskap, Petter Karlov Herzog. Lukas Wendt. Civilingenjörsexamen i elektroteknik, Daniel Dornlöv. Henrik Friklund. Civilingenjörsexamen i medicin och teknik, Jamie Lopez Martinez. Master of Science in Embedded Electronics Engineering, Ronan Raguna. Master Program in Embedded Electronics Engineering, Kevin Skaria Shako. Julian Hille. Michail Isakidis. Roshan Sherian John. Yaoyi Lu. Arturo Prieto. Shenbaga Ramakrishnan. Lucas Santos Ferreira. Wen Pen Song. Menglin Wang. Kankan Yin. Nishant Kuitu. Master Program in Wireless Communication, Kostup Sharma. Ali Al-Kamaji. Antoni Ovondo. Master Program in Disaster Risk Management and Climate Change Adaptation, Charlotte Fafet. Linn Holanti. Edvard Gustav Persson. Now we'll listen to a speech by the President of the Student Union of the Faculty of Engineering. Welcome, Maria Gunnarsson.
Dear graduates, this is your day. A day to celebrate success, but also a day to remember all the hours of struggle that has led to this. You have all put in much more than blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. There has been fights with numerous courses that almost got you. But here you are, and that is an acknowledgement that the struggle was worth to endure. I'm here today as the president of Teknologkåren, the student union at LTH. As a representative for the student life, I really hope that you brought something extra with you from the part of being a student at Lund University and being a part of the amazing student life that we have here. And something that you can make use for in the future. Perhaps it is knowledge within project management, it's knowledge in how to arrange an event in no time and with no workers, or new friends that you met over that special interest that you share. Because no matter what your professors have said, the lab reports and exams, they can't teach you everything. And some years ago, you entered LTH and the road up to this very moment that we share now. There were a couple of different vehicles to choose from to carry you along the road, and you chose the one that suited you best, an education that was right for you. The path towards your goal might not have been straightforward. On the opposite, I would be surprised if any one of yours were. Maybe the road took a turn into some student organization that took a bit too much of your time and needed a sacrifice of a few exams. Or maybe you got lost in that almost impossible math course for a while. But don't think that any of that was a waste of time, because something there gave you that extra push that made you arrive here at last, and also made you the person that you are today. But to be satisfied with the person that you are isn't always that easy. These days, with all social medias, it's very common to compare yourself. From all sides, we encounter histories of success, and all that we accomplish are measured, evaluated, and displayed. The demands that are put on you to produce something in all situations is far from healthy, and a lot of you have probably felt that pressure sometimes. Today, I would like you to forget about everyone else's history and only focus on your achievements that we are here to celebrate. You have succeeded with the great exploits of taking a degree from LTH, from some of Sweden's most prestigious educations. It is something to be very proud of, and I hope that I one day will sit where you do today. But eventually, all good things come to an end, just like your time at LTH and your time in our student life. Remember us when you have your monthly income and an apartment for more than 20 square meters. And I hope that you will one day return to relive all the great memories that you once created at LTH. So once again, congratulations to this fantastic achievement and good luck in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. longest song in the program just got even longer. All right, but thank you, Maria, and thank you for the lovely music. Now we're going to continue the diploma ceremony with arkitektutbildning. Arkitektutbildning. Syranu Selik. Master Program in Architecture. Olaf Dunski. Sara Ros Ellersdottir. Simon Joscha Flender. Nadja Jeppsson. Ingrid Rabo Halvorsen. Kristina Simkunaj. Solange Terrier. Kiru Wang. Master Program in Sustainable Urban Design. Bunhein Pong. Teresa Arana Aristi. Novrin Faria. Rebecka Gudmundsdottir. Camilla Göller. David Larsson. Alice Lemaire. Emmeline Lex. Dominika Misterka. Tony Nielsen. Martin Näf. Viktor Olsson. Alama Salim. Daniela Salvova. Margareta Liliana Sittemorang. Efrosini Stamopaulo. Agne Tamasauskaj. Mai Tori. Marcin Zebrowski. Now we'll hear the graduate speech held by Henrik Fryklund, who just got his engineering degree in electrical engineering. Welcome, Henrik.
Hi. Dear graduates, dear friends and family, and dear university staff. Fellow graduates, congratulations to all of us. We should be proud of ourselves, cherish and remember this moment. This ceremony is to celebrate us, for our commitment to learn, for our growth. It wasn't such a long time ago, though, that we graduates were gathered just like today, but in a completely different setting. Do you still remember your first day here at the university? When we sat in the auditorium in Kårhuset. I remember I had two feelings. Excitement. I was excited because I had been accepted to the university. I had moved from Gothenburg, that's that far away, but down to Lund, and I heard rumors about the student life here. But I was also really nervous. Was it the right choice to study engineering? Would I manage school? Would I make friends here? Was it such a good idea to move away from mom and dad? Those questions flew around in my head, and I don't think I was alone having them. As time passed by, I believe we found that the answer to all, or almost all of those questions, was yes. We have studied different programs, and even though the subjects might have been completely different, from the smallest components of the atom, to finding more environmental methods, to give stationary material feelings and expressions, to analyzing the financial market. The greatest denominator that we graduates share, besides this diploma, and that we know the factor theorem by heart, is that we have learned how to learn efficiently and how to handle complex and difficult problems and not just find one solution, but many. Just because we now hold a diploma doesn't mean that we're done learning. A professor here at LTH once told me, "We don't teach you so you know things. We teach you so you can learn new things." And as the head of the faculty, the student union said, like we had our vehicle for our program. Imagine it being when you learn how to ride a bike and you just start with the supporting wheels and a parent holding your hand. Before you realize it, the supporting wheels are gone and you now hold a falafel in your hand. The bike is our degree, the supporting wheels is the university, and the parenting hand is the university staff. The falafel is just a falafel. And it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, crash and fall off your bike. As long as you stand up and try again. Those bruises might itch a little right now, but they will pass. We will most certainly do mistakes in our working career, but take the opportunity to learn from them. I wrote the following text to my brother, just 10 minutes after I signed a contract of employment. Haha, who would ever thought that I would become a technical consultant? I accidentally sent that to my boss. Mistakes can also be funny anecdotes in speeches. And finally, I would like to thank you all fellow graduates for all these wonderful years we have spent together in Lund. Thank you.
Thank you, Henrik. And now we'll continue with the third part of the diploma ceremony. And it's time for Master Program in Energy Efficient Building Design. Master Program in Energy Efficient Building Design, Magdalena Bogna-Schumaska. Vincent Borges. Rafael Campama Pizarro. Agnieszka Monica Shishura. Ines Eugenia. Kinga Erika Fodor. Jonas Manuel Gremmelsbacher. Nadine Hassan. Saima Iqbal. Anastasia Permikova. Julija Silvolova. Tian Tan. Rifat Tassamu. Mattis van Jarsveld. Julie Winrow. Yuyuan Xu. Who was studying the master program in industrial design, which I was supposed to say as well. Now we'll hand out the last diplomas and we'll start with civilingenjörsexamen i kemiteknik. Civilingenjörsexamen i kemiteknik. Erika Jonsson. Alexander Larsson. Simon Svensson. Hera Williamson. Civilingenjörsexamen i bioteknik. Alexandra Pettersson. Frida Rosman. Master Program in Biotechnology. Katarzyna Bengtsson. Björk Smaradottir. Mina Hayam. Civilingenjörsexamen i datateknik. Arvid Karlman. Mikael Jarfors. David Fung. Alexander Pieta Tefanos. Tobias Ronge. Civilingenjörsexamen i ekosystemteknik. Mattias Svensson. Martin Wadmark. Master Program in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Qi Xiang. Harshit Reddy. It's time to hand out one of the most prestigious prizes of LTH. It's the prize awarded by the Student Union for Excellence in Teaching. Here to present the prize is the Head of Internal Educational Affairs, Filip Johansson.
Thank you, Hanna. Teknologkårens prize for excellence in teaching has been awarded to at most one teacher per year since its inception in 1986. This year's prize goes to Andreas Jakobsson, professor in mathematical statistics, as well as a highly appreciated teacher. The motivation is as follows. Andreas makes an incredible effort to make the very difficult course time series analysis as interesting as it possibly can. He has a very pedagogical style, alternating theory and examples, asking questions to the class and answering the class's questions well, often showing several applications of the material. His format, utilizing the course webpage effectively with videos for repetition of important parts of the course, asking follow-up questions to seek out feedback on what has been difficult to understand, is appreciated by the students. He is one of those lecturers in specialization courses that take real responsibility for receiving feedback on the course and capturing the students' opinions, which he then uses to improve the course. He also has a lot of humor and is very clear with his expectations for the course. A fantastic teacher who is highly deserving of this prize. Please come receive your award.
Congratulations. Now we'll hand out the scholarship award from Sparbanksstiftelsen Skåne. Here to present the award is Birgit Hansson.
Det är alltid med stor glädje jag står här och ser på alla unga, förhoppningsfulla. Men det är bara ett stipendium. Men Sparbanksstiftelsen Skåne, som är ägare till en liten, men jag skulle vilja säga mycket betydelsefull del utav Swedbank. Det är den del, det är aktier vi äger, utdelningen på den som vi ska förvalta på bästa sätt. Vi har ett helt övergripande uppdrag och det är att verka enligt den nästa år 200 år gamla sparbanksidén. Och det är att ge tillbaka till en positiv samhällsutveckling. Så utdelningen på just de här aktierna, det medför att vi kan visa ett aktivt stöd och uppskattning, bland annat genom stipendier till ett examensarbete på LTH. Vi är såklart stolta ägare av vår bank, för går det bra för banken, ja då går det bra för stiftelsen. Och då har vi möjlighet att ge tillbaka åt de unga som är framtiden. Det, mina vänner, är hållbar återvinning. Idag har jag glädjen att få dela ut ett stipendium för examensarbetet. The Dissipating Energy Flow Method for Analyzing Generator Contribution to Power System Damping. Hampus Möller. För det står kvar här så ska jag läsa motiveringen. Den lyder: examensarbetet håller en hög akademisk nivå och utgår från och bygger vidare på de senaste internationella forskningsresultaten. Examensarbetaren har visat stor akademisk mognad i att kunna samverka både med akademiska forskare på institutionen och med problemägare inom kraftindustrin. Resultatet av examensarbetet har stor potential att användas då det i dagens kraftnät genereras dataunderlag av nyinstallerade enheter, och denna data kan utnyttjas av de tekniker som tagits fram i examensarbete. Varmaste gratulationer!
Now we'll hand out the scholarship award from Karl-Erik Salbergs Foundation. Here to present the award is Helena and Karl Salberg.
When we were kids, our grandfather would often ask us if we were going to become engineers growing up. He would even buy us boxes of different kinds of experiments, but he ended up enjoying them more than we did. So far, all of us grandchildren have chosen different career paths. So therefore, this foundation is something that he was very proud of. He wanted to give something from one engineer to another. Our grandfather wanted to give a great student a good start of their career, since he knew how hard the first time after graduation looking for a job could be. This year's recipient of the Karl-Erik Salberg Scholarship with the thesis Examination, Identification and Characterization of Bioactive Compounds Found in the Liver and Venom Sac of Chimera monstruosa is Ingrid Ram. The motivation is: in her master thesis, Ingrid Ram has shown great independence and ability to drive her own project. Through her work, she clearly shows great competence and ability when it comes to subject knowledge, laboratory work, as well as setting up and testing different hypotheses. For example, Ingrid shows by combining NMR and mass spectrometry that she has an unusually strong ability to master different types of techniques. With this, we would like to congratulate Ingrid and wish her the best of luck in her future career. We are sure that our grandfather would have been very proud if he was still with us. Thank you.
Now we'll listen to a speech by our honorable guest, Vivica Selander, who is a development manager at Verisure Innovation AB and a former LTH student. Welcome, Vivica.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable dean, professors, and honorable staff of the university and student bodies, and my dearest graduates. I'm very honored and also very excited to be here today, to be one of the first to congratulate you. Look at you. If we could turn the energy of all those smiles today, we would have a very powerful power source. Your efforts to reach this day has been filled with blood, sweat, and tears, possibly, so we've heard. But here you are, finally, so well deserved. You will now take your place as champions of technology to make your mark in the world, to explore and create for the benefit of the world. So we have heard. When I started my work at Verisure Innovation, I asked my team what they appreciated most about their work. They all said, having fun at work. This is very important, and especially working with innovation, because having fun builds the foundation for creativity and innovation. But the second thing they said was to be able to make a difference, to be part of something important. Isn't that what drives us engineers? The passion to solve problems and to make a difference. All my career, most certainly, this has been very important, both with technology as well as people, and maybe that's why I ended up as a manager. And making a difference, I must take the opportunity to do so even now. During my studies at the university, I became a witness of a very tragic fire where people lost their lives. A smoke detector might have saved them, and today I can use my education and the things I learned at LTH to construct intelligent detectors that saves lives. Imagine that. But let's take this one step further. Smoke detector saves lives every day, and if you haven't put it on your wish list for graduation gifts, make sure to buy one with some of that money that you get, or maybe from your first paycheck. Make sure to have a smoke detector in every room, but especially in your bedroom, because that's the second place where fire starts most. So, maybe now I have saved a life or two, and that's important. One of my first years after leaving the university, I went to a conference in California, because education doesn't end here, this is the beginning. The conference was one of those big conference centers where thousands of people fly in and meet for a few days and then fly out to give room for another set of thousands of people. And in every corner you will find somebody to wait on you, in elevators, in hallways, everywhere. And the first morning I needed to visit the restroom downstairs. And in the very corner of that basement, outside the restroom, I came upon this tiny, wrinkled man. He had the brightest smile and the brightest eyes. He was the proud caretaker of the bathrooms. He was ready to go with his broom and bucket as soon as somebody was done. When I was done, he gave me a compliment and he asked me where I was from. And I answered Sweden, and he shined up and he said, "Oh, it's the land of equality, of ABBA and meatballs. You are lucky." I laughed, and I didn't think much of it. He started to hum on Dancing Queen and twirl his broom, and I went back upstairs to the conference. As the day went by, I needed to go downstairs again, and this time there was a queue. And I looked as I waited on the faces going down to that bathroom and the faces coming up on the stairs. And there was a big difference. I noticed it because I could see the smile on people's faces, their twinkle in their eyes. Something happened downstairs. And when I came down, the man greeted me and he said, "Oh, my favorite Swede! So happy to see you again." And then he shared a story about something that had happened that morning, something his niece had told him. And I started to go back up the stairs, but I turned around and I went downstairs again. And I told him, "You know what? You made my day. You are so happy." He took my hand and he looked very seriously into my eyes. And he told me, "I am so blessed. I meet lots of people from all over the world every day, and I get to share a moment with them, and I get to share a laugh with them. I have the best job ever." I went back upstairs to that conference, and this man made a very big impression on me because he knew. He had found the key. He knew that everyone leaving that restroom would have a good feeling, and maybe he had made a change for their days. He knew how to look for the greatness in the small things, and he knew the power of telling someone something nice, and that sharing a laugh can make a world of difference for the benefit of the world. This man most certainly also knew how to create the best company culture ever. He made sure to have fun every day. Those visits to the restroom was the most important takings from that conference, and maybe it was one of the best leadership courses I ever took. So here you are, graduates, skilled academics with bright futures ahead of you, and you are possibly the most wanted employees in the whole world. You are far from cleaning toilets. You are privileged. Imagine what you can do. You have all the resources, talents, opportunities to make an impact on the world, and you will most certainly do it. You will mark the future with every line of code you write, every bridge you construct and build, every molecule you create, and every circuit you connect. The world is changing. I think it was Einstein that told us that it will take a whole new set of thinking to solve the problems we created with the old way of thinking. I know that it starts here with us, and so does Greta Thunberg. You are the champions of technology. You have the passion to solve problems, but you also have the power and the responsibility to change the world, and you can make an impact for the greater good. Just as this tiny man outside the restrooms had figured out his power to make a change, so can we, and so must we. This is our responsibility and our obligation. For us engineers, I believe this is the calling we have. Just as doctors have their calling to save lives, we have the calling to make an impact and to explore and create for the benefit of the world. And sometimes it's not always about technology, but also about the decisions and the actions we make as human beings. So dear graduates, congratulations. I wish you all the best in the future and the bright careers that I know that you will have. But please, every time in the future when you visit a restroom and maybe when you meet a caretaker, remember the tiny man I told you about, and remember your mission to go out in the world, to rise to the challenge, and to explore and create for the benefit of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivica. The graduation ceremony is coming to an end, and afterwards, all the graduates and guests are welcome to join us for refreshments in the entrance hall. But finally, I'd like to say congratulations and good luck to all the graduates, and let us all stand up and give them one last big applause.